express when you're mixing audio. Coca-Cola wanted to sell Coke. They carried Two-Face family. It's story. It's story. For any successful advert, for any video picture, it's a story you're telling behind. It's a story. And sometimes in life, when you enter situations, you will see stories waiting to happen. Bring out your phone and take them. Videos or pictures. I didn't plan this shoot. They were just standing in front of the house when I took it, and it just helped me tell the story that I'm telling today as regards, okay, using your phones to take mobile phone pictures. Are we understanding the power of storytelling that I'm talking about? So this is saying you shall not back the sun unless, using the grid lines, this I just talked about. So this is still in my compound. I came out to do something. Then I saw this very fine grasshopper on my flower. The automatic thing to frame, the automatic thing to do here when you're snapping this picture is just putting this is where you snap. That's how you would have taken the picture, because it's the grasshopper you want to take, so it's the grasshopper. But I just need to put him at one edge, and his eyes was too tiny for me to put his eyes on. That's it. So I just used its whole frame and put it there, and it just made the picture visually appealing. As it is for pictures, it is for video. That's the truth. As it is for photography, it's the same thing for video. And that's why I'm using a lot of photography terms, because that's how video works. That's what will make your video appealing. If you're doing, whatever the case you're doing, there's some exemptions. When you're doing selfie, you are going to feel the frame. So there's no, so that one, just make sure you're facing the light. If you're doing it outside, there's another video that I've seen that I'm not totally okay with. You're doing a video outside, maybe on a balcony or somewhere, but you have a lot of light. Yes. Look for it first and try not to shake. I know the spirit can carry you. What I mean by shake is, if you have found where the sunlight is and you have framed yourself, stay there and say it. So so what I'm trying to tell you is that this is how this thing works. And so, because for every time you moved, you went to darkness. It's just that we started the video, we can't stop it, so we want to see to the end. Then till you come back to the light before we can see your face again. So if you can remember that you're taking this thing, you want people to enjoy what you're showing them. So just hold that position. It may be tempting for you to want to walk around and move around, but just hold that position. At the end of the day, people will say thank you for that. So as it is for video, it's the same thing for picture. Then, yes, sir, please ask. I'm really... Well, I have, but the sound, it just became complicated. I used I think I've deleted it. I can't remember the name of the app. But I tried them, I downloaded them. It was very technical. It just complicated. I just want to record my audio. I don't want to mix sound. I'm recording a basic audio. I may put music, I may not put music. I just want clean audio, and the recorder did that for me perfectly well. So I think you could try the recorder. Have you tried your phone recorder? Yes. So the phone recorder actually does a very good job. The basic things, the basic recorder apps and camera app can do. Most of the pictures we're taking with basic app. Follow.com. I didn't use an extra app to take some of the pictures that I like today. Is the Follow.com, because now I'm not concentrating on the effigy that can come in picture. It's the story that already exists that I'm capturing. We went for a wedding when I saw this mountain Sakubwa, and it just was really nice. So I left my family in the car and went to go and snap the picture upstairs. I didn't know why I would use it. I didn't even know why it was appealing to me. It's much later I just realized, oh, okay, maybe, I don't know why, but I really just enjoyed the peace. Looking at it gave me peace. So I went to snap it to see if I can capture the peace in my phone. And this was this Android phone, it wasn't an iPhone anymore. Then, these are lenses and lens attachments that I use. You can actually get some of them. They're on AliExpress for your mobile phones, they help. There's the fish eye. This is the telephoto. Some of them are very fake, so you have to just read reviews of people who have used them and how well it worked. But there's the wide angle. Wide angle will help. The wide angle will help. It's for especially if you're going to do a recording by yourself. Yeah, why that will help is that it will increase the angle of view for you. So let's say there are some things on your table you wanted to display in that video, you may not have cut it. But if you put in that clip-on lens, the wide angle lens, you remove your phone case, put it on direct, I think it helps. It will now increase the field of view and catch some of the other information you had spread out on your table. That's the advantage of some of these lenses.
So it doesn't mean it's sharper?
No, it doesn't make it sharper. In short, to be honest, every lens attachment kind of makes your picture duller. Kind of. But basically, you've cleaned the lens attachment, clean your lens, and frame properly. You want remember why you are taking this thing. It's not to show off anything. If you're going to use a lens attachment, why are you using it? There are some things on your table I want it to show. That's why I'm using this lens attachment. Not because I bought it. Not because I buy and make I just use them. No. If you don't need it, don't use it. Use it as it is. I realize that sometimes when I use the lens attachment, yes, it helps me take a picture and or do the video I want to do, but it kind of takes away from the quality of what I'm trying to do. It kind of reduces the quality of the work itself. So basically, yeah, I think basically that's how it works. Why I'm showing these pictures is if you can practice with pictures, you will get the video right. Anywhere you go, if you know how to see stories where you are. This was at Lokoja. I came down from the car and I turned this one and saw that river. It's one filling station. The filling station opposite is Vincent. There's a river. I was trying to snap the river. It looked like it was supposed to be a good picture, so I was trying my best to take the river. Then I turned and I saw this mountain that looks like it was going to crush me. And I just decided to take the picture of the mountain. But this was edited on Snapseed. There's an app called Snapseed. You can use that to edit pictures. It helps. Snapseed. So I edited that on Snapseed. I just increased the saturation. I think basically that's what I did with this. Snapseed. Snapseed. That does really nice picture editing. It can be complicated. There are plenty of things it will show you. Tune image, detail, HDR, drama, plenty of things. I don't use all those plenty of things. I only go for detail because I understand detail. Detail. When you go in, if any of you have Snapseed now, if you go into detail, it will show you saturation, like the regular things I know, brightness, the things that I know in normal picture. I want to increase brightness, I want to reduce brightness. So that's why I rarely use any other thing in the Snapseed. I majorly use the detail thing inside it. That's what I use for picture editing. Now that we understand the reason why we do what we're doing, that's the sense you would use in the editing. In these things that Justice is coming to teach us now about editing. Remember that, yes, you can push this button, you can cut, you can duplicate yourself, you can make yourself 8 on the screen, you can make yourself 16 on the screen if it's comedy, whatever you want to do. You can do all that, but is it going to sell your story? Sometimes your story just is going to be boring. As in, it's going to look boring in the edit, but it's going to impact. It's not, what I mean by boring, it's not going to have all the effects, thunder from the sky, just really great effects on it. You may not have all the effects, but if you can tell it, if you can just transfer the story you want to tell, I think that will be basically much more important than any other thing you'll do. And please do not forget why you started this. Do not forget it. There's something, I think it was here, I wrote it. Not. Don't lose your creativity. Now that you've gotten to this point, you're learning, you're seeing, you're broadening your mind as to how these devices work, why you tell the story you're telling in the field that you're telling it. Don't lose your creativity that you have worked so hard to get. One way you can lose your creativity is majoring on minors. One major minor, for me personally, when building creativity is money. Money. Remember why you want to put out this content. Yes, it's eventually to make money, but impact is usually it. Finally, the reason why you're in this field, I'm assuming, maybe I'm just assuming some people it's only money that's driving them. Is that true? It's only money. I'm saying no passion, not just money. How many of us? No passion, just money. No passion, just money. So I will know how I want to say the next thing, so I will respect myself. Yeah, right? It's passion and money. That's my point. It's never only just money. And what will bring the money is that creative expression of your passion. But if you major on money, you will reduce your creativity. And then it will just be about churning out content to get the work done. And it doesn't... what? Get the money. How do you get the money when you're not creative in the first place? How am I going to call you to do a job when I've seen your work and I see this one just hungry? That's my point. Design, do stuff. Justice was saying he did a lot of free stuff. All the weddings I'm currently doing are free. All the photo shoots I do are currently free. If I'm available, I do it. Or I'm not doing it, regardless of how much you want to pay. The day I collected money, I hated the job. I didn't post a picture from that job. Not because I hated the money. They frustrated my soul. The joy of editing left me. The joy of, so I just wanted to give the picture. Anytime I saw the picture, I just, God, was this money worth it? Was this money worth losing my peace of mind? The reason why I like taking pictures, there's a joy in my heart when I'm taking pictures. So I'm like, okay, fine, let's just have this picture. I say, oh yeah, we can pay you. So they paid, and then drama, stories just came out. We want to add the picture from our phone to the picture you took. Then the the photo book, can it be bigger? But don't increase the money. Let it be bigger. And then you are trying to make it work, and then you're trying to talk. You're not talking too much, and then you're not even concentrating on the work itself. You lose the joy of the work. So I'm saying, please, I'm not saying money is bad. Please follow the money. It's an app. Follow it. Follow the money. That's for sure. But I'm saying don't lose your creativity. Anything that's going to make you lose your creativity, don't do it. It will not speak for you. Do it with your heart. If at the end of the day, the person paid you 10K, the money is supposed to be 150K, said just hold this 10K for transport. Then it's not looking like that's where the money has ended. They won't give you the remaining 140. Don't let that not be the reason why you did the person's work well, or do that video well, or do that picture well, or do that sound for that event well, because they didn't pay you well. Do it very well. That's what I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. I'm not saying that you should tell them no, turn them down. No. If you have accepted to do a job, do it with all your heart, regardless of whether they pay the money you agreed on or not. But at the end of the day, it's a job that will speak for you. Now that picture, it was that season that made me write this thing down, because that entire, I couldn't post anyone, because anytime I looked at the picture, it was not fine. I could have done better. But I was just upset. So I didn't do a good job. I was upset. They were not going to pay me well. Okay, fine. Well, I finally agreed on the money. With all this stress, God, I came here by 6 and the child have not come to 8. What's happening? I just kept complaining. And so I took anyhow pictures in my eye. They were good to them. I finally gave a picture. They loved it. But they were not great pictures to me. My conscience told me I could have done better. So now that's a job that I cannot share. I cannot post and say, oh, I did this. Unlike the other ones, I'll just post it and be like, I didn't post anything. So that you'll tell me that it was nice. Oh, great, it was nice. Yeah, but that's what I'm saying about this field that we have chosen to sell our brands, to push our markets forward. Do it with passion. Do it with passion. That's for us, our own personal work. And for those who are going to collect jobs for people, who are going to be doing people's jobs, sound, editing, photo, whatever, still do it with passion, regardless of the agreed amount. Do it like they paid you 10 million. Even if it's 100K, they're paying you, or 10K or 50K. Do it as though it was 10 million they paid you for the job. I'm talking to the editors, people who are going to be getting other people's jobs to do, or photographers or videographers. Do it very well. I'm assuming that I'm talking to a set of persons. But whatever the case, passion is still key. And the passion is what will make you build with your mobile phone. It's that passion that will drive you. I never believed that I would do a mobile phone photography exhibition that we're able to raise 200K. But pictures that people snap with their phones. That grasshopper picture, someone bought it. I snapped a picture of a butterfly. Someone bought it and she says it's by her bed. And now when they framed the picture of my colleague that I snapped at Madam, I snapped her. She just looked fine on the water. I snapped her. The person framed it and put it in their house in life camp. Big one. Picture I took my phone. I was having fun when I took the picture. I was just trying to look for the stories around me. And now, so you can put that same skill. So it's not going to be hard for me if I want to now start telling my own stories. I now know how to take my own pictures because I practice with every other person. So that's the advantage of the whole mobile phone thing. My camera that I finally have is still a testimony in itself. Someone just bought that for me. But I could have still continued on this journey. I kept renting camera if I needed to do any serious job. So yes, this is a tool. You can record your audios with it, with your basic audio recorder. Just remember to close the windows. Preferably do it at night. Do it at night. Lock all the windows. Close all the doors. Lock yourself up in there. The heat can get plenty. So plan it. Take breaks. Open the windows. Do it at intervals. Take fresh air. Close it. Record again. Do it over and over again. And when you're recording audios, this is just a tip on the side. When you're recording audios, still do it as though you are. Do not read the lines. Do not read what you have written down. I tried that and it didn't have emotion. Don't read. You wrote it down, Abby, or did someone write it for you? If you wrote down the information you wanted to give, then speak from your heart to the recording. Because the advantage is you can edit it. You can cut out where you felt like you talked too much. This part. you were saying rubbish. You can actually do that basic cut. Now, that's what you take into your editing. You recorded the audio here, but you take it to your computer or to the phone app and you cut it there and export it. That's what you can do that with the apps that I'm sure Justice will show you. So you record with your phone, transfer it to your system or to the app on your phone, cut out what you need to cut out, merge the rest together and export, and then you have your clean audio. You play music with your phone. You can do that. That's just very possible with this phone. So please, I think that's all I really came here to do. I really came here to tell everyone to please start with why. Before you put out any content, for people or for yourself, ask yourself why. Let the story be in one line. You can have a million things to say. Say one. Say one per time. Because finally, just try to say it in 1 minute. One per time. Just put it out there in 1 minute. And look at us. Don't look at yourself. Because eventually you get to the point that it's not just feeling yourself. As not fooling, feeling. You're feeling yourself. You know how, the makeup made sense that day. That's what you're doing. So guys, I really would like, because if you don't do these things with passion, it will not work. That people eventually get out of that kind of content. Please, they will, because they don't just doing fine boy or just doing freshness. So hi guys, at the end of the day, just make sure that you will send content that people will tell you, well done, sir. People will still be following you as mentor. You'll be mentor. True. People will be inspired. But you can be better. What you're doing is not wrong, but you can be better. You can know the rules. Stick with it. Wear something as simple as what this kid is wearing. I like that shirt. So it works. If you're going to do a video, that shirt works. It's very okay. 2 colors, 3 colors, layered. White, don't wear this shirt. If you are in the spirit, you get a review, don't wear this shirt. Wear a jacket on top of the shirt. But plain shirt works. Plain shirts, bright colors, but not too bright. There are bright colors that don't go with certain skin tones. I'm not a fashion person, but I've gone to realize that some people, yellow doesn't work on them. This very bright yellow, it doesn't work. It doesn't work on them. The yellow will not be brighter than their face. But if you wear yellow, it will work. But most likely, if you wear yellow, it may not work, because the yellow will be brighter than your face. And so it's only when you smile now when I see, oh, it's her teeth. No, I'm like that. I've done video recordings like that, but we've had those challenges in the studio where we didn't realize it, and so we're a very dark person yellow. It's only when we had to now pause that entire recording to change the wardrobe before we came back into the studio to record it again, because we didn't realize, we didn't think we'll put light on a dark person. So you have to put plenty light. The yellow will show itself. This green will show itself. If you wear this kind of green and you're dark skinned, it will show itself. The green will be brighter than you. And the most important thing is that what you want the people to hear when you put out your content, whether with your phone or with your camera, is what you're saying. So you need to be the best looking thing on the screen. Not the flower, not the chair. Some people like big chair. Don't use that chair. It's a lie. That chair is a deception. I don't even know that chair. King of Boys chair, that type. Don't use it to do any video or photo. It doesn't see. It's the chair you are snapping. It's just that you are using yourself as scale to measure the chair. That's what you're snapping. That's the story you're telling. The chair is fine. Then maybe we'll zoom in. My friend I said, really nice picture. But you didn't tell a story with that. So please remember that you are the most important thing on the screen. Your story must be together. One-liner story. Like, get that thing into one line. If you think it's more than one line, break into another story. If the information you want to give is not just how to take mobile phone photographs, but also to teach people the technical side of photography, that's 2 things right now. Break it to the next thing. So this video you're doing, with mobile phones, you can do this, that. Then the next video you're going to do is, now understanding photography is this, that. The next video is, okay, now I hear that you can do voice over with your phones. This is what you do. I tried it and it worked. Then this, that. So, but don't put sometimes we get carried away and say everything in one place, and that's why it's important to get your story into one line. Please, have I tried to solve a problem, or 2, or 3, and throw tips in between. So your mobile phone is perfect, it's good to go. I have written quite a lot about it. It's in my laptop. It's supposed to be on the blog post, but blogging, there's a generation for blogging. They are graced. It's like from my younger sister's age. They are good at it. The work to sit down to put up posts is actually not easy. It's really tough. But if you can hire people, or if you can toast somebody, if you can render a service, vice versa, render a service and get something else in return. Okay, I can teach you sound, then you come and help me put up my blog post. I've written some things that help me go through the English, or help me record it. You can have that kind of trade by barter. You have something to offer. You have a skill to offer. If you can do a trade by barter, you can have people help you do certain things without having to pay. So you can have that too. Sometimes it's just good to face. I'm standing here teaching people. I don't know why I'm here, because video editing is what I don't like. And I keep saying it, I sing it to my bosses in the office. I do it, but I don't like it. For me, it's the hardest work in the entire media. That's personally, because I enjoy telling stories. So to an editor, my own part, writing scripts, churning out scripts every other day, listening to music and seeing the music in my head, seeing how it looks, seeing the picture. I know how to do that without stress. I know how it looks. I know what's a good composition. That's so easy for me to do. But this video, it's sitting there in front of this system, laying this thing together. When I do this, there's a short series that's 1 minute, almost 3 minutes. I work 9 to 5. I do it, I remember I said the series is about 3 minutes, right? I resume work by 9, we have devotion by 9:30. I do that one series till 5:30. Not because it's hard, but because I'm a perfectionist and it's hard and I'm not so fluid with unlike the other guys who do it every day. We have a studio team, the editors who this is what they do. So me, I know that if I'm going to get a job, this is not just my own personal view. If someone calls me, please, Omo, I need you to work with me to do a production. I know my role in that production, even if I can do other things. My role is to tell the big picture story, tell it in one line and break it down and direct the camera people, even possibly the editors, to do it. I know the kind of picture. No, don't lay that here. Lay this before this. I know how to do that because I know what it looked like in my head. But I respect the guys who push those buttons. But now, what I came here the last time to say that I'm ending this with today is, just don't, yes, push buttons, know how to push buttons, but don't stay at pushing buttons. Know how to tell a creative story. That when I suggest that, no, put this one here, you can tell me, no. If I put this one here, it will take away from the story. Put this before this. That will not be a creative process that will bring out a far better picture than if it was only me that was directing everything. So whatever your role in video editing is to know a story. So you don't need to worry about button pushing. It's the same buttons: cut, paste, shift, control, expand, reduce, remove, delete. That's all. It's the same tool anywhere. They've changed it to CC now, but it's still the same thing. So please remember that the story is more important. Begin to see stories. See the story in one line. Then write it down if you have to just get your thoughts together. But remember that when you're speaking, speak from your heart. I think that should go a long way, right? Any one question?
Sorry, I just want to ask. Phone camera and normal camera, they are the same thing, like a megapixel. Do they produce the same picture, or one is better?
Well, I hear that there are phones. I just heard of a phone that's 48 megapixel. I haven't tried it yet. I intended to. But now, megapixel is not the only reason. This is going to get me a bit technical. Megapixel is not the only reason a picture comes out the way it comes out. Sensor. The sensor, how photography works, or how this thing works, quickly, this question they asked me, sorry, let me just answer this question. Okay. How photography works is light, like your eyes, light enters your eyes. I mean, remember that primary school mathematics, light will enter your eye, is it science? Light will enter your eyes, then to go on one thing that's in the back of your eye, then to now invert the image upside down, then, because the image enters upside down, then now be straight. That means if that thing is missing, you will be upside down now. If I'm looking at you, you will be upside down if I don't have that. So that thing is the sensor. That thing that does the reversal is the sensor. It's in every camera. It's in these small ones too. It's the sensor. So that's what receives it. Now, if that sensor is like this, tiny like this, the image will come up with small, and that's not megapixel. Like that's megapixel, just picture elements. But the size of that sensor will determine the picture elements. The lens you're using, the glasses, the megapixel is just, as I said, the more. So saying this camera can get this amount of information doesn't mean that all the other components in it will assist it to achieve that goal. Sometimes you don't even need the large megapixels, what I'm trying to say. That's why you can use your phone. You can use a small phone, regardless of the megapixel. But yes, if it has a good one, it means it will be better, but it cannot be compared to a DSLR. A DSLR, a digital single lens reflex camera, has been built for one purpose only, majorly photography. Although now it's been tweaked to do videography too, but majorly photography. And that's why if you compare Blackmagic is a video camera, professional video camera. If you compare the content that comes in from a Blackmagic camera to that you took with a Canon 1DX, like one giant camera like that from the video camera is still better than that from the photographic camera, because the photographic camera was built for photography, but you can use it to do video that's pretty good. So, but if you're going to do purely video, and you can afford some kind of video, some cameras, do that with that. But yes, I will never compare the two. If I can get a digital camera, I will use it. Not the not that one with fixed lens, not that point and shoot. Remember that one Samsung and Co used to give us that time, that small camera. That one, I won't compare. My phone would take better pictures than that one, but to a digital single lens reflex, that's a DSLR camera, that will give you times. Because everything that comes together to make up that camera was built to give you the kind of quality that will come out, not just the megapixel. Megapixel, half the time is scam. It's used to sell because a lot of people don't know the other parts. So they'll say, 48 megapixels, Jesus, 48, and then you run. But it's still a cropped factor, so it's like that's another English. But so many other things are still inside that will not really make much of a difference. Well, you see people, one last story, Kelechi Amadi came to a training a few years ago and said they called him to come and do photography somewhere in a corporate organization. That time he was just starting photography. He had started maybe like 2 years. So he went there and he took pictures. And someone said, "Oh, Kelechi, I've been following I follow your work on the newspaper or something like that. Come and see the cameras I bought. Come and see the cameras I bought. Me too, I just want to get into this photography. Come and, he had just bought two of the latest cameras that just came into the market. But he didn't know how to use it. Well, the photographer that came with a far lower camera knew what to do with his own. So just start with this. Know your why. Know the story you want to tell before you raise your phone to take a picture. Just don't enter a room. Everybody's taking a picture. You just take. Why? Why? Can take a picture in this training and it will make a lot of sense. The way you will compose it, you'll see that, okay, no, I think I like this way. When I stand there, this kind of picture I'm going to take. And possibly I'll say, okay, please come sit here so that we can add a little color on this side. This place is a little dark. And you will arrange it because you can see it in your head because you had started practicing to see it. But yes, you can do, there's small things that you can do to assist this work. Hopefully. Did I answer that question? So please, the megapixel is not such a big, it works, but with a low camera, if you tell a good story, the story will still sell. People will still use it. And it will still move out as much as it is. But please, you tell a good story, then all the technical things I'm about to say is power, please. If you add all of it together, everything will greatly improve, the kind of work people are doing. So are there things basically that we can walk away from here trying? Are there things that we can start doing from now? Can I hear one or two of them? What will you do differently now, from now? Like, if you had a chance to do something now concerning what you do, what would you do differently? Can I hear one or two? Randomly.
Always clean my camera.
Yeah, always clean your lens. I think if you try to remember that.
Like applying the rule of thumb also.
Yes. It will just greatly, just take the professionalism of your picture. Anyone? More?
Make sure my background is
Not distracting.
No, it's not distracting. It's not distracting, that's all. Let it not just be distracting.
and noise.
Yeah, well, that's when you're recording audio. That one, you can't fight it if you're doing a live video. There'll be noise around. So just make sure you project. If you're going to do a live recording where there's a party, so you just project louder. That's what you do. But face the light. Look for the light in the room and face it. Like, face the light. So if I'm going to do a video here, this light is brighter than this one, so I'll most likely move closer to this one, or move closer to this one if it's going to help light my face better. Face the light. Like,
So if the makeup is affecting
how do you make? The light is affecting the makeup. What kind of makeup is it? No, it will not illuminate you well. How does makeup? Well, I'm sure.
Well, there are times that makeup affects, like, especially if the makeup is loud and there is eyelashes.
Okay. And that day you intended to do video?
Most likely, you might just be caught in the spirit, like you will say.
Okay.
Maybe after doing the makeup, the spirit just came on you and you just want to.
So consider us. Consider us that want to watch the video and help us. Maybe that one you do an audio.
How we shine.
Do an audio or write it down. You can do an audio recording. But just remember that no matter how powerful your information is, remember your audience. Give them something that they will want to watch. Give them something that they will want to listen to. Make it as clean as possible. You are not trying to snap a picture to show your face. You're trying to send a message across. So remember them before you do stuff like that. So you have great information, record it, like just take notes. Even if you do the recording before you post it, I'll be sure you see it. Then you can redo a video. You can redo a better video and say, okay, and then give out information. So your information is not lost in the mail. And don't forget, no matter how they give you accolades, just keep working on you. Do not feed off the accolades. Sometimes you put a less than great job and people are hailing you. Don't listen to all of that. Just keep pushing. And if nobody likes your content, don't worry, keep pushing it. The market you want to sell may come one day and then you say, okay, I have a video content that can help you. And then the person watches it, that one person watches it and takes you to an organization and you speak to 1 million people. But you put out that one content that was really good. And then the person can use it to push your work. So just keep doing it. Do it as professionally as possible. That's what I would advise. Thank you.
All right, please can we appreciate
Thank you for listening to my.
Okay, so before she leaves, are there any questions? Most of you guys here, you're not clapping. So before she leaves, are there any questions? Any more questions for her?
You talked about.
All right, so let's just know how many questions we have so that we can. One. You know, I know Nigerians always allow, the first question, break the ice, and then questions begs questions. Okay, so we only allow 2 additional questions after that, no matter how many. All right, go ahead.
You talked about the kind of shirt, simplicity of the shirt to run and do a video. Is it also applicable to still pictures, like normal picture?
Well, now, with normal picture, since you can control plenty of things, if the person is going to wear a busy cloth, that is not taken away from them. Because at that point, even if you put too much light, it doesn't glow like the Holy Spirit. You can work on it in post, you reduce this and increase the face. Just make sure the person is not in front of a busy background.
Okay.
Busy clothes don't stay in front of busy backgrounds. Busy backgrounds, if you have no choice, you must use a busy background and make sure the person is dressed simply. But busy in front of busy will never work. So if there was a busy background and he was wearing this busy shirt and want to take his picture, and he has a jacket somewhere, I can tell him to wear the jacket and he will look great on it. This plain jacket will break the noise from the bag and from his shirt, so just calming everyone down. So yes, it's not as bad with photography, but don't put them in front of a busy background. I see that happening a lot with some of our pictures. It's not really, the picture is nice, but you see on that picture that is better and you don't know why it's better. It's because this person wore a very busy lace. Busy, sometimes it's not in color. I didn't say colorful. It could be very patterned. Like the patterns on it are plenty. It's just the material, it's lacy. And then you go in front of a wallpaper that is also like lace themed. So the only plain thing is the person's face. It's not bad, but the look of it could have been better if you went on a wall or a wallpaper or a background that was less, probably with just the flower, a simple light by the side, something simple on the side to calm down the noise. Yeah.
Sorry, don't you think that the social...
That's the first additional question.
Yes,
We'll only take one more.
Yes, sir. Okay.
The social media are taking away the professionalism in terms of video and pictures, because sometimes when you talk like this, based on things you've seen, but these same people that seemingly are not doing it the right way or are not following the rules, some of them are getting the kind of attention they want to get. So don't you think some of these rules don't apply anymore, or what do you think about that?
Okay, so I'll start with what my boss tells me. Why? Why are you doing what you're doing? You want to get a clout? Is that the only reason that you're doing this? If it's a clout, you want people to like it, then break the rules and do it and get people to like it. Go naked. Some girls could do that, and it works for them. But eventually, they get a clout and they now see that that was not the reason. Like, they wanted impact. They wanted a life of importance or meaning, and found out that they thought that going naked would sell the market. So yes, people have broken the rules. Doesn't mean you join the bandwagon. If you know the rules, follow it. As in, break it creatively. Break it, or break it creatively if you need to break the rules. Now, there are rule of thirds rule, right? Put this one here, put that one there, put that one there. But if the feel you want to give is different, the thing you want to do, you're trying to do like an unserious video or something, but you just, whatever the case is, just break it creatively. But now, because social media has come in here and everybody can take a phone and do it and then get influencers, you can do that too and still not get influencers. But if I do a video now I'm putting out video content. Like Justice is putting out video content. He's following all the rules. He's putting out video content daily. If I need an extra editor to work on a feature film with me, I won't call you who was playing. You were having fun with it. Because now it's serious work. I'd rather call Justice. Because I know that he knows the rules and all I need to do is, okay, possibly I just need to show him the way a bit. Now for your personal businesses, in the case where it's your personal business that you're doing it for, the excellence you put in that video will come across, it will come across to us that means you're an excellent person in the work that you do. The fact that you are not a photographer, yet you take amazing pictures of your products. Then you are excellence driven. That's just the image you give us. There's a sister in my Falake that does consulting for customer service. She used to do the videos with her phone. I didn't used to watch it. I didn't tell her. Doesn't need to know still. I didn't used to watch it.
But now I think she'll know that you're studying.
I didn't used to watch it because it used to be in front of one white wall in our office. And she's dark, Holy Spirit. And there's no extra light. Hey, I couldn't hear it. And when she was giving out powerful, some people listen though. Some people don't mind. Some people are not offended by those things. They watch it. Some people listen. I could not. And I assume that there are people like me too that could not listen. But they needed information. They tried. They tried. Could not listen to it. The next time I saw the video, she called in a professional to do studio session. And the professional was her friend. Do you understand? Finally, you have somebody in your life. Finally, you have somebody in your life that can help you. Last, you just call that person. And that person too needs the information you want to give about customer service. So, auntie, okay, this is my business now. Should you help me with my clients? Of course, I'll do that for you. And then you say, okay, I will do your video for you. And that's, someone else came in. I don't know if that's the deal they struck, but someone else came in, her friend, and did a video that I sat down to watch. And I'm like, oh my God, this content is real. God, this is exactly what we should do in this industry. Nigeria doesn't know customers. I could not contribute. But the other contributions at that time, even if you have the time, were great, powerful. Well done, sister. Great, thumbs up. That time, half of us were not listening. It's just we are helping the ministry grow. But now that it's better, you listen. Sometimes now I feel like you can just see that this person is professional. That's all I see. Once I just see the video, this person is not joking with this job. This person is professional. That's all you'll see. And the person is not they just put in the extra thought in that work. I think that's what makes a difference with some of these people. So you can break the rule of with social media. But remember why. Just remember the why. And if the why doesn't matter. Margie started in the way she started. But she's actually, her work has improved. Like just talked about MC Lively. The work improves. So there's a period of ignorance, right? But just because you have that doesn't mean you should remain there. Lassis is really still popular, right? But not as much. We've gotten tired of the phone in your face. Now, what people can do? Can you do something else? Margie keeps looking very relevant because she has gone a step further with this. So don't rest on accolades. You can do a crazy video now and people will love it. They give you accolades for it. But doesn't mean you should rest on it. If you can get professional input, get it and just get better at what you do. And you mustn't always pay. What I'm saying is that you can pay. Trade by barter was what our parents survived with. We can do that now. There are people here that have things I don't have. He's a sound guy, I'm not a sound person, and I need a sound person, for example, now. And he needs to learn photography. Will I not teach him photography to my heart? Every scene that I have. And then he will now help me do my sound. So there's a trade by barter system that you can always use. So please don't break the rules. I mean, don't follow the bandwagon. And if you are personally going to break the rule, like for example, there's a rule in videography that you don't shake. Don't shake the camera to distract. You will jar your audience. Well, if you want to jar the audience, if your intention, you want to scatter their mind, like 24, the movie 24, you will shake the camera. You will just be shaking it throughout the shoot, the race, when they're running, because the idea is you are trying to get the audience to be in the emotion of it. Like somebody's running out of prison, so you're going to be running and shaking the camera, so they'll follow you in that experience of it. So now you've broken the rules, but you've done so because of the end result you wanted to get. So you have situations like that. So please, social media, they're broken, everybody's in, but your relevance will fade if you follow the bandwagon. It's fading. Some people are fading. They're not trying to come back. Some people are faded. Let me just say the truth. They faded. It's just that God is still with them. So. Last question. Yes, ma'am.
So you can see.
Okay. Most times I have different kind of colors and all kind of colors. If it's something I can actually work on, what is the best background to use that can actually go with any kind of design, whether busy patterns, whatever? Because I would just have to build my shop to have one design that I can actually work on, getting all my pictures and all my clothes that can work with any kind of clothes that I want to I have very busy background. So now that you're talking about it, I'm beginning to think it might not really work with all the real life.
And so your clothes will not, the picture of your clothes will not come out as they should, the design on it. Okay, now the background, from experience, we have gone through a lot of backgrounds in my office, in our studio. But one of the backgrounds we have hit that hit the jackpot was this color. Gray. Gray. The one by your side there is gray. 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 Without the patterns. Plain gray. The reason why plain gray works is that you can use it creatively. Gray. It doesn't give you wahala for any color you put in front of it. And because it's plain gray background, there's a way gray reacts with. Like gray is actually, in photography, it's how camera sees white and black. It's how most of our digital cameras see black and white. Black and white is gray. So gray is like this, is the color that the camera is seeing anytime. So it's actually a very safe background color that anything that you're wearing, and if you have lights, if you now happen to have all these decorative lights, if you have some of them in your office, maybe red bulb, yellow bulb, you put them in front of it, you put them to spill their light on a gray background, it gives an entirely different feel. The feel will change with changing color of light, not even changing the background. Now that's a bit extra, but I'm saying that with a gray wall, you can now, if you call a photographer, for example, you already have your studio space, you call it, or you are using your phone to take the picture. There's light on that side, though. Please don't use the corner, don't use like this inner coral grill, that's in, call inner paint gray inside that corner. There's no light, it will not work. Where there's light, you paint the wall gray, that side of the wall gray. At the end of the day, the extra things you bring in, sometimes in the picture may not be a flower pot. If the design you sold has a little green here, green there, you now highlight it with one flower pot on the side that has green on it. Then the thing will just complement the pictures. People don't know why they like this particular picture. Now that green flower that is helping to market the green of the cloth. Like those are the little things. But yes, gray is my personal favorite. We've tried the pink wall in the office. The pink wall selects things, but the gray, anybody that sits there just pops. Gray wall always works. Gray. It's. Then if you go the extra mile, you bring a professional into your studio, for example, one day you want to do like one magazine photo shoot, that's most likely the wall they'll use. They'll change the background is gray. By the time they put red light, yellow light, green light, like different lights will come on that thing, and people will think you went to 4 different places to take that one picture. Because the gray will take the color and become the new color that you have put on it. So it works. Gray is safe.
All right, another round of applause for is there any other?
Yes, Taryn just told me about depth of field. Depth of field is that blur in most of the pictures where only this is in focus, every other thing is not clear. Most phones now have it, back camera because it's dual camera, so you can take yourself and blur the background. Sometimes it's offensive because it's not properly done. It's not neat. You can see that this person, when it's fake, the story is not real. When you fake, and that's fake, half the time, that depth of field that camera gives is fake. And so it's not a bad picture, but it's not the picture. It's not a perfect picture. So that's the limitation of phone. It can give us that fake depth of field. But if you need it, there's a lady that uses that thing very well on Instagram. It's fake, but the kind of things she snaps, we're not offended. Kitchen Butterfly. That's her name, Kitchen Butterfly. She takes mango, agbalumo, when she snaps agbalumo. Oh God, or mango. But if you snap a human being, that's the person now looks somehow in the thing. There's a way it doesn't sit. So far, I've seen that most of those back portraits that people use and do that depth of field thing. Sometimes I don't know if I'm the only one that see that. I can tell it's fake. I'm not. It's not fine. It's not bad, but it's not fine. What I mean by it's fake, when you use a DSLR, the digital camera, the real one.
Or editing can actually give you a better one.
Editing will give you something that looks like that fake one, but you have to just have faith. Like you have to have an experience to know not to push it too much. It's just a little. You can do it in editing, but you need to have maturity.
I've done the fake one.
But you need to. But if you have maturity, there's a way you do it that nobody will know that it's the fake one, that you did it in post. So it's sometimes just a little. So you just need to be disciplined and mature to know, okay, I can do this in post doesn't mean I should do it too much. Do it a little. But the one on camera, you cannot say anything about it. It will make it very fake. Like it's usually too much. Sometimes all you need to do is just take it out of focus a little. But it will make sure that it will be like you're moving. Do you understand? Everywhere, double back, double like this. That's the way the thing looks. Like it's not now the person is fine in the picture, but we who are seeing the pictures, okay, you move on to the next. But there's some pictures that catch your attention. That you just look at, you'll be analyzing. Your phone, you took this picture. You're a photographer, or people start calling photographer just like that. But I'm saying that's what I mean. Purpose can give that to you, but please, depth of field is real cameras, digital cameras. Your phone can do that, but sometimes it's too much. So if you can take it and do it in post, a little.
All right, thank you very much, Omo. Please let's appreciate her one more time. All right, so we were due for a break now, but a whole lot of us came in after we've introduced ourselves. Okay, so we would do that when we come back. We'll have just 5 minutes, and that might be the only break we would be able to get so that we can finish at exactly 3 o'clock. So we have water by the door, and we've got some nice diet maintaining biscuits there. So you can help yourself. I don't call it cookies because some people will come for my head. So you can help yourself. We want to just make it light so that you will not, and because your payment too was light, so that you will not be sleepy afterwards. But come to think of it, this training is not even about the payment. It's not about the payment. It's about the need to empower businesses, small businesses especially. If we give you the cost of putting this training together, the cost of everybody's payment cannot cover it. So. But what I'm going to say is that let's make the best of this. Beyond the learning, practicing. So the next session would help us to do a lot of hands-on. We're going to try things on ourselves. So I've been told to tell you that before you come back in 5 minutes, you need to download on your phone InShot. It's an application on your phone. But I would say also we should download Power Director. Those are good, two good video editing applications that you can use on your phone. These days, if you have a small screen phone, you're just cheating yourself. Large screen is more. Large screen is better. So it doesn't matter the kind of phone that you use. She's told you about skill in. So in short, we've given you all internet earlier on, and then Power Director. At least those are the ones that we'll be using. I'll be walking you through on the phone. And essentially the principles are the same, but just have that then when I will start the session in 5 minutes. All right, so because Omo is leaving, we're going to take pictures now so that afterwards everyone can go. We have a few feedback interviews we'll be taking, but Chidima and Justice will let you know which of you would like to be a part of it. All right, so can we take the pictures now? Justice, can we take group pictures now? So that... All right, so just because you're leaving, we'll just take group pictures. All right, so we'll just take group pictures. Keep downloading your apps. If you don't have internet, you can ask. I gave you before now. Don't worry, you'll get internet. Power Director by Cyberlink. InShot, not this one.